So, as you know, we follow sometimes the insanity of Elon Musk, and uh, talk about it with glee as Twitter's turned into a complete absolute dumpster fire. But today we're not talking about Twitter; we're talking about Tesla, because when it comes to Elon Musk, Tesla is like his baby, almost brainchild. Although, again, there's a whole history there, but that's where a lot of Elon Musk money comes from. In fact, to remember, to buy Twitter, he had to sell off a lot of Tesla shares. And the fact that he is now uh, in a problem where with Twitter, there is so much debt that, you know, banks cannot sell off this debt to get rid of it or even shift it. He is now having to possibly even sell more Tesla shares to solve the debt problem of him buying Twitter. And of course, this has a knock-on effect that this may eventually even devalue Tesla shares because of him having to sell off shares to help Twitter to help with their debt problem. Because who's to say that doesn't happen again in the future? And of course, this radically negatively affects Tesla shares. However, a lot of people were putting their hopes on the new announcement that happened yesterday, because not only was this meant to be the new announcement of this new CyberCab or Robotaxi, whichever you want to call it, but we also saw the Cyberbus, which, oh my word, looks like that would not last 2 seconds on a road at all. But we'll get to that in a moment. But before we do, as always, thank you very much to everyone who does help and support the channel. Like I say, please click the like and share button. And of course, down below, there's the links to Patreon page, the Buy Me Coffee link where you can buy me coffee, the YouTube thank you button, and of course, as always, there's the Pony Club down below as well. So let's crack on then into this and look up Elon Musk's brand new attempt at this. And as you can see, this is the Robotaxi, and instantly those wheel hub caps are apparently painted gold. Um, yeah, not not the best look, but for an event that was meant to turn things around for Tesla and would send its stock price to the moon, it's done the exact opposites. So Tesla boss Musk unveiled his firm's now long-awaited robotaxi, the CyberCab, at the Warner Brothers studio in Burbank, California. This now future-looking vehicle, featuring at least 2 wing-like doors and no pedals or even a steering wheel, deposited Musk in front of an audience eager to hear the details about the project he considers the key to Tesla's next chapter. And it's potentially not going to be at all. There's talks about how ready the AI for like these taxis really are ready. I don't know, a ton of other like tech stuff that people have been saying, and you can see the reaction. Tesla stock has gone down, not up. So the event, of course, was billed as the quote, "We Robot." The multi-billionaire reiterated his view that the self-fully driving vehicles will now be safer than those operated by humans and could even earn owners money by being rented out for rides. However, investors are, of course, not so far now sharing his enthusiasm. Tesla's share price fell after the markets opened on Friday morning. The value of his stock was down by more than 8% and trending at around 219 at 6 o'clock British Standard Time. Meanwhile, shares in now the in his ride-hailing rivals Uber and Lyft, which have their own autonomous automations, were then trending up 10% higher. So there's a lot, and I think people should be very, very skeptical about the technology in here. I don't believe Musk's comment that these are going to be safer, because currently, really, the technology is just not there. Yes, feasibly it is, but the technology really isn't fundamentally there where you can have that, but you can have that roads and it can do all this stuff. Meanwhile, of course, Uber and Lyft also really looking heavily into this as well. Their stock's gone up because they have been doing on real road tests. Um, Uber in particular with Lyft as well. Uber, I think, had a contract with Domino's in America where they had their own pizza delivering AI car at one point, and that was a whole part of the testing stuff that's gone on. But even still, as we'll see in a moment, there are still safety concerns, and the technology just isn't there. So, questions, of course, now asked about Musk's prediction that the production of the CyberCab would begin sometime before 2027, given his track record for failing to meet his own deadlines. Well, Cybertruck still not in full production. The Tesla Roadster going on now for almost a decade still hasn't happened. The quote cheap Tesla still hasn't arrived. Um the cyber lorry still not happening. None of these things have ever ended up in full production. So he said, I tend to be optimistic with my time frames, he said, quipping during the event. He said that Cybercab would, of course, try to compete with rivals, including Alphabet owned Wameo, which would cost less than $30,000. However, the analysts have now doubts on that cost of how realistic the plan is. He said it would be extremely difficult for Tesla to actually offer a new vehicle at that price within that timescale, said Paul Miller, a researcher for Forrester. Without external subsidies or even Tesla making a loss on every vehicle, it doesn't actually seem plausible to launch anything close to that price this decade, he said. So Musk also said that he expected to see now fully autonomous, unsupervised technology available in Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y in Texas and California just next year, with permission whenever regulators approved it. But that approval is far from guaranteed. It's a big chunk of metal driving on roads at high speeds, so safety concerns are big, said Samantha Sarek, the associate professor at engineering at Cornell University. Tesla's self-driving ambitions rely on cameras that are cheaper than radar and lighter, the light detection and radar sensors that are now the technology backbone for many of their competitors' vehicles. So other companies are relying on radar and light deflection and range detecting sensing systems, where Tesla is just relying on cameras. Instantly, again, I would have my doubts about a self-driving car, but it seems to me that Tesla's competitors and that technology that they're looking at seems to be a lot more better. But this continues. By, of course, teaching its cars to drive, Tesla plans to use AI trained by its own raw data it collects from now millions of vehicles. But that research community is not sold on whether the Tesla style of doing things can actually give the safety guarantees that we would like. Well, surprise, surprise. And then the other thing that was dropped, the Robovan. And oh my word, this does not make any sense at all. The ground level on this is like that. You know, the wheels are internal rather than external. Honestly, this driving on like a British road, the second this came up to like a pothole or a speed bump or just like a little raised bump in the road or something like that, gone, like destroyed. Not only that, but what happened then in a turning circle? Let's say there was trying to go around a corner and it would try to go over a corner like that. What would happen then? This would all be a disaster. This Robovan is not really feasible. Just like from a design conceptual review, it's just not even possible. There's even no windows in this thing. Like, why would you make a car and then not put windows in it? So it's just insane that you would do that and not even think about the feasibility of it actually driving on an actual road. I mean, that would not last. It would not last a couple of miles. I mean, depending on where you were driving it. I mean, certainly in the UK, a second it came up to a speed bump, good luck. Um, but yeah, that ain't lasting long. That ain't lasting long at all. Um, is it just maybe we'll see it at this event and then we'll never hear from it again? Very likely. But who knows? Who knows what will happen? But I think this event has started, I think, the downfall, I think, of Elon Musk. I think him buying Twitter, I think the problems he's having with Tesla investors, not liking the fact of taking money from Tesla to service Twitter's debts. This event itself will go down, I think, very badly. Tesla is very much behind in the tech race where it comes to this on research and development, as you saw mentioned there. The safety concerns just aren't there. The AI learning from this, well, is AI really going to be able to learn from all this stuff? We don't know. But once again, it's Musk making promises that to his fanboy and loyal following, they will lap it up gladly. But to the world at large, not anymore. Not anymore. I think most people have really caught on to doing this because you can go back and see other events like this Musk has done and look what promises he's made and have those promises come to fruition. Not very. Even the Cybertruck right now is not in full production. I don't think they've even actually managed to supply enough for its initial market run. you know, and there's still massive safety concerns and huge problems with the Cybertruck. So, so yeah, Tesla investors, I don't think are very happy at all. Will something come of this? Who knows? I doubt it because Musk has such control of Tesla. He gets to do what he wants, but a lot of people have said that Tesla's massively overvalued. So maybe this will be the realization of people saying, well, actually, Tesla's massively overvalued, and maybe you'll start to see the stocks on Tesla come down. But if that starts to happen, that will put Musk in some real problems if that starts to happen. So let me know what you think below to the Cybertruck, the cyber taxi, the robotaxi, and the cyber bus. How long do you think the cyber bus would last on a road near you? So, as always, let me know what you think down below. And of course, we'll see you all next time.